Yo guys, hey, what to do? It's your boy Supreme Uchiha the God. I think what I might start doing for Tower of God is do each floor separately, like whatever happens in each floor, and do the break separately, so that way it's easier for me to remember exactly what happened. But basically, the first chapter that I got at, I think it was maybe 11. I think it was 11. Basically, what happens is, remember the guy that was causing trouble for the floor ranker. He pulled up with his mega super strong chi and just, or the Sinsu, I think it's called Sinsu, and he basically gave him as much Sinsu as there is on the 30th floor. Like, it's regular there. Like, that's the amount of Sinsu you need to just walk around on the 30th floor. That's why they have this filter, so that there's no point you being strong and getting up there just to struggle to walk, and then you can't fight, you're gonna die anyway, so it's a waste of time. You might as well get shrugged out and kicked out right now because you're useless. You can't make the top floors. You can't make the top of the pyramid if you're that weak. So he shows him, your man starts puking and shit, and he's like, oh, struggling and shit, you know what I'm saying, choking and shit, you know what I'm saying. But obviously my boy Bisu, you know what I'm saying, he bleeding and shit, but him and the girl make it. They just struggle, but they make it through, right? Which leads us to the next round, which I really enjoyed. The next round, so we had a trickster, and they call him Neon Plastic Guy. It's so funny. Neon Plastic Bag, sorry. It's so funny. But he basically was giving people hints, and his job was to pretend to be one of the regulars and be a smart regular, and the three of them was pretending to be a team, and they were just like, you know, acting as if, oh yeah, this is, you know, this is what I deduced, is like, you have to do this within 5 minutes because there's a scream after 5 minutes, so you have 5 minutes to complete this act, and if you don't, you lose. And it was basically a catch-22. The test was super easy, just open a door, but they told you if you open the wrong door you die. But there was no wrong door. The wrong door is only available after 5 minutes, so they didn't mislead him really. It was kind of like, look, open the correct door, you in. Open the wrong door, you lose. Conagura was thinking too hard. We also discover a lot about Conagura. Conagura, basically, he's from a royal family kind of thing, and his family is supposed to be dangerous. Even the ranker warned Bam about being around the guy. He was like, he's dangerous, bro. His family is dangerous. Basically, his sister was supposed to become princess, and if she became princess, the family would be okay. But if they didn't, something would happen to the family. So he got expelled, essentially kicked out, and he's not even supposed to be led into the tournament, right? But somehow he got through, and somehow he was chosen, which kind of shocking the rankers. Like, how was this guy chosen, you know what I'm saying? But he's thinking too hard because he's used to betrayal, he's not used to trust, his royalty, you know what I mean? He's used to a different lifestyle, so he's thinking hard. And Rack is like, bruh, there's no goddamn hints, bro. Follow me, follow the leader. And obviously Bam just follows, and he just, pow, kicks down the door, bro. And they pass the test. And, you know, this, it doesn't logically make sense to Aguero. So Aguero's like, what the fuck is this type of shit? This is a stupid ass test. What kind of BS test is this, bro? What the fuck? I don't like this test. This test make no goddamn sense, bro. What kind of motherfucking test is this? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he's giving out. He's just like, this is stupid, bro. It turns out the person in that room that was giving the test, which looked like a girl to me, but it turned out to be a guy, and he was just like, yo, listen to me, Conor Guerrero. First of all, like, you're thinking too hard. You know what I'm saying? Your teammates saved you. You were thinking too hard. Trust your teammates. You got a good team. You got good teammates, and I hope to see you higher up in the ranks. And he obviously knows about his family in the situation, and it seems like all the rankers knows about his family in the situation. So there's something coming through later that I'm definitely going to be excited for. Then my boy Shibisu, you know what I'm saying? Big brain alert, you know what I'm saying? He made it through the toughest part, the Shinsu, you know what I'm saying? He pulls up, and he was the only one that essentially did the test perfectly. He had it done within seconds. He got in, opened the door, they won. And even the tester was like, the ranker was like, bruh, how did you do it so well? It's like, all the hints, you know, looked at the hints, you know. You said, okay, 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, something happens. Then we walk in and you say, open the doors, and you don't give any other hints. So obviously, within the first 5 minutes, all the doors are grand, but after the 5 minutes, all the doors lead to death. So that was the clue, and I got it. And it was like, dang, he deduced it. And then the two girls, especially, first Hats I hope he has a relationship with Hatsu, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Shibusu. You know what I'm saying? Shibusu, boy. You know what I'm saying? Shibusu. But basically, you know, he goes, Hatsu's like, damn, I didn't realize he'd be that smart. And then Anak being jealous as fuck is like, well, he's not that smart. But he figured that shit out and he saved their ass and passed the test for them, you know what I'm saying? And then you just had like this sleeping guy, he passed the test for his team because they were beating his ass up for not helping them think because they know he's smart, but he just sleeps all the time. So they're beating his ass like, fucking, you better find this goddamn door before 10 minutes is up. And then the other team is, but you know he's just gonna go through any door so he can go to sleep. And he did. He just went to the other door. He's like, man, it beat my ass for no goddamn reason. I'll go to the next door somewhere quiet where I can sleep. You know what I'm saying? And they passed. And then we had the holy guy. So funny, bro. He pulled up and he was like, oh, I have the prophecy of God. That's my power. I got the prophecy of God. And he's telling me that it's and then he was like, it's right sometimes, but sometimes it's wrong. I hope this time is not wrong. He's like, oh, follow me this way. And then the guy's like, what fuck you talking about? He opens the door and they're like, yay, holy, he's prophecy works, oh my god. And then the tester was like, should I explain to them what happened? I'm gonna just, maybe not. Maybe I'll just leave them. Maybe just leave them be, you know what I'm saying? And then 20 teams passed. So remember there was 100 teams that made it to 100 and something teams that made it to the floor with the Shinsu shield. And then obviously there was a filter. It didn't tell us the exact numbers, so I'm assuming around 60 teams went through, and then from there about 20 teams went through to the next round. And yeah, I think I'm gonna do it this way because it's way faster, way smoother, and I think it transitions nicely. So I talked about that tournament. I can actually talk a bit ahead of that, I'm pretty sure, but I don't know if I want to. I just gotta double check on what happened the previous chapter, you know what I'm saying? If my, wow, something's wrong with my computer. Okay, yeah, that's perfect. Why is it not loading? Okay, yeah, so that's really, oh yeah. So we actually, the next chapter, I'm gonna do that separately. All right, it's been the voice from Uchiha the God. I'm out.